Well, here it is, day 3. It's been 3 days since I've eaten. Almost 3 days since I've taken in any calories, but as I mentioned earlier, I put that Coffee Mate powdered shit in my coffee, and I've had probably around 300 calories since Tuesday afternoon. Now, it is Friday afternoon, actually Friday evening. 9 November 2018, and the time, I believe, is around 1800 right now. So it's been 3 days, around 3 days since I've eaten. Now, I'm still not in ketosis, at least that I can tell. I haven't had anything like keto flu, no sickness. At least nothing any worse than what I normally have all the time. No nausea. Again, nothing worse than what's normal. And the hunger. Where's the hunger? I haven't eaten in 3 days and I'm not hungry. Maybe a little bit. Get hungry when I think of food. Every now and then I'll get some kind of hunger pain that's kind of strong and makes me want to go and grab something to eat. But now after 3 days, I don't think about going to grab something to eat when I get these hunger pains. Whereas at first, in the first day, second day maybe, yeah, I get these pains and think, oh yeah, let's go eat. But not this time, not now. I get them and I don't think about eating. So things are happening, but I don't know what. I guess there are certain hormones at work. Could I be going into ketosis? I doubt it. I doubt it yet. Because, like they say, you're going to get sick. And I don't know. Now, what was I going to say? I kind of forgot what I was going to say. You get lethargic when you begin going into ketosis. And I'm still pretty alert. I feel like I have plenty of energy. You know how you go without eating and you get shaky because your blood glucose level is low. I have not experienced that once. I'm not doing any exercise though, and that's a problem. But I believe I talked about exercise before. Now, so what I believe is happening now is that my body is now consuming the stored up carbs in my muscles and liver. That's what I think is going on right now. I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't claim to be an expert. I don't claim to know anything. I'm going by what I've read and watched on YouTube by some pretty good channels, and maybe I'll list them in the notes below. If I can remember them by the time I post this video. But there are some pretty good channels by people who seem to know what they're talking about and who provide sources for their information in most cases. So if I go by what they say, then yeah, my body is probably burning stored up carbohydrates in my muscles and liver. And when that's depleted, that's when it should start burning fat. But how long is it going to take? How much carbs, or what do they call them? Glycogen stores or something? I don't know. But how much of that shit is stored up right now? One interesting thing is that either this morning or late last night, I can't remember which, I took a shit. More than 2 days after I ate, I took a shit. I didn't know shit stayed in you that long. I thought you ate and you shit it out in 24, 28 hours. That's how long I thought. So what that means is, if there was shit in me yesterday, more than 2 days, more than 48 hours after I ate, that means that I'll have been probably feeding off the nutrients of that food that actually eventually became that shit for the time. So that would explain why I haven't gone to ketosis then. There was shit inside of me being used for nutrients and fuel. Well, it's gone now, and I don't think there's any more shit in me. So, despite what I've been told that I'm full of shit, but I don't think it's the case here. I think I'm empty right now. Anyway, the shit's gone, and now I believe I should be feeding off of stored up carbs instead of fuel from external sources. So how long is it going to take before I go into ketosis? How long? I don't know. Maybe we'll see tomorrow. But that's my update for today. Have a good one. Adios.